Okay, we're back doing another live stream of working on a single. It's been like a week since I got on here, so I've just been hella tired and working a lot. Um, but my husband left for school this morning, and then I just couldn't get back to sleep, so I decided to come on here for an hour or two and see how far I can get. I'm wearing my cat ears. It's Halloween, so I'm trying to be festive. Um, and so, yeah, we're like almost done with cleaning up these vocals and trying to decide what's going to be kept and what's going to be thrown away. So I hope by the end of the stream, I can just have all the vocals that I want to keep in the set and everything else out. And if we can get the whole song cleaned up and ready for finally actually mixing, then that would be great. Um, okay, so it's 9 o'clock. I have an alarm set for 10. Let's see how far we get in the next 45 minutes or so. Okay, let's go into the track. And yeah, we got pretty far. We're right at the end of this, just this last chorus here. We're right at the end. So everything else is damn near cleaned up. Um, So let's take a listen through the song and kind of see what we got going so far up until this last portion. Okay, here we go.
We in the hole with Crit
We could fight, but that's no fun. Feel could do silent treatments, but I don't wanna keep no secrets from you, my darling. All I want to do is lay my head upon you, and we could work it out and make more space for me and you. So will you make room? Will you make room? Will you make room? I wanna know if you make room. Will you make room? So will you make me work it out? Make it smooth and make more space for me and you. You know what I want and I do. You is I make more space for just us two. So will you make room? I wanna know if you make room for me. Will you make room? I wanna know if you make room for me. Will you make room?
That sounds kind of cool. I was hearing some stuff that I'm like, I really need to fix that, but also I was also hearing some really cool stuff. And I really, really like these ad libs that I'm kind of like chanting in between the main words. It sounds very, there's like two and three part harmonies there, sometimes even four part, I think. And I feel like that's gonna sound really cool, like once I get it all figured out. Um, so pretty cool. So I stopped it right at this last chorus. You probably heard that it got really loud right at the end because I did several takes of the same thing and it makes it really loud. My phone is really dark, so let's move it up. Sounds really loud. So let's go through this last chorus and listen to each stem and figure out what's gonna stay and what's gonna go. And I'm just gonna try to speed run through this because I want to have this song done by like Halloween, and that's 2 weeks from now. So let's see if I do it. Okay. So yeah, let's start with this top line. I soloed it, and let's just see what it sounds like.
Will you make room? Will you make room? Will you make room? Will you make room? Will you make room?
Okay, so I was trying to do the most there. Parts of it sounded okay, parts of it sounded not really okay. So I'm just gonna start right off the top, just getting rid of what I didn't like. So let's go back from the top.
Will you make room?
I liked that phrase up until the end when I tried to do that little note change. Um, I don't know. I feel like I don't really like the sound of that. So I don't know. I feel like I might really kind of cut that back, but I hope it doesn't sound too weird that it just ends so abrupt. So let me hear what that
Will
sounds.
you make room?
Oops.
Will
God, that sounds kind of not good. What if I cut it back a little more?
will you make room?
Yeah, that sounds, I don't know. Mm, I'm gonna leave it for now. Maybe it won't sound so bad when there's other things going on at the same time. And then the second phrase, let me hear that.
Will you make room?
And that didn't really sound all that good. I think I'm just gonna cut it all away because I don't have time to be listening to bad stuff. Okay, the third part, let's listen.
Will you make room?
That sounded good. See, and we could even, so I'm actually for sure probably just gonna get rid of this first phrase because that second phrase is the same thing but better. So yeah. So we'll keep that and let's hear this next phrase.
Will you make room?
Nope, that didn't sound very good either. Let's get rid of it. And I think I like this very last words.
Will you make room?
Yeah, those last words sounded nice. Um, okay, so that's all that we have for the top line. Let's see what else is back here. What's this blue one? What? I don't know what I was doing here. I don't know what I'm doing with this. Maybe I was trying to make some ad libs. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna leave that alone for now. Let's see what this pink one sounds like.
Will you make room? Will you make room?
Oh, I have this.
Will you make room? Will you make room? Oh, will you make room?
Okay, that was interesting. This last phrase I wasn't feeling. Let's go ahead and delete it right off the top. This very first phrase, I feel like I held this note for very long. I don't know if I want it to sound like that. Let me hear it one more time.
Will you make room?
Hmm, it's really long. Let me hear it with the beat and see if I did that on purpose.
Will you make room?
I don't know if I really mess with that. I think there's other of the same phrases in this song that probably sound better than this. Let me listen one more time.
Will you make room?
Oh my God. Listen one more
Will
time.
you make room?
Yeah, that one doesn't sound, it's okay, but I feel like we'll have other options that'll be better than that one. Um, and what was the second phrase?
Will you make room?
Doesn't sound too bad, that second phrase. I think we'll keep it for now and kind of see where we want to put it. And these, where I'm doing the kind of high notes, it actually didn't sound too bad. Let me take one
Will
more listen.
you make room?
That's okay.
Will you make room?
That sound okay. And I could always add a couple little effects on there to make it sound a little more better. But it didn't sound too bad. Yeah, let's hear what's going on this yellow bar.
I wanna know, wanna know, wanna know, wanna know.
So it looks like ad
I
libs.
wanna know, wanna know, wanna know, wanna know.
Sounds like ad libs, but I don't know
I
how I feel.
wanna know, wanna know, wanna know, wanna know.
The third one sounded good.
Will you make room?
Okay, so those were kind of some ad libs. I like the third one the best out of these three. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just delete those top two and just not waste my time. And then of this last phrase, I think I liked the blue version of it more than, oh my gosh, it's so sunny. The blue version more than this yellow. Let me listen to them both real fast.
Will you make room?
And this.
Will you make room?
I guess they're both not bad. Let me hear this again.
Will you make room?
This one.
Will you make room?
That's kind of actually hard to choose. Oh my God, it is so bright. Look at my camera. Sorry, I don't know what to do about that. My blinds are kind of broken, so I can't close them. So I'm just gonna look bright. Okay, anyway. Yeah, you guys are fine. Okay, so let's move on. Let's listen to this dark blue line and see what's going on here.
I wanna know, wanna know, wanna know, wanna know.
Okay.
I wanna know if you'll make room, babe. I wanna know, wanna know, wanna know, wanna know.
Hmm.
I wanna know, wanna know, wanna know, wanna know.
Okay, some more ad libs. Sounds kind of cool. Hmm. I kind of like everything I heard on this line. I'll have to go and kind of rearrange it, but I'm gonna leave that because I didn't like everything that I heard. Okay, and then the screen. Let's see what the screen one is doing.
Work out smooth.
This sounds like repeat of some stuff that I already have figured out elsewhere in the song, so I'm just gonna delete this whole thing. I don't think I'll need it. And okay, so let's hear this orange bar.
Will you make room? Will you make room? Will you make room? Will you make room?
I don't know if I really messed with any of those. It sounds, I don't know, sounds kind of forced, all of them. I don't really think I like any of them. Just like on first listen, I felt kind of cringy. Let me hear this top one again.
Will you make room?
Yeah, that would probably be my line right there. I think this blue one is, I think, my favorite phrase out of all of those other ones. So I might really just delete this whole orange. I think I will. Let's not waste any time. I'm just going to take off that whole thing. Okay, and then I think this is just the tail of extra noise. I don't think there's actually anything here. Yeah, I think it's just background stuff, so let's leave. And then let's see this other orange down here. What's this last one? I recorded the same thing at least 50 times, so we'll take that off. And then what's this dark orange down here? Okay, I swear I just spent like 5 minutes just recording the same thing over and over on this orange line. So let me just listen through the whole thing of the dark orange down here and see, let's save and see what part sounds good, what part sound not good, take away, and then have that cleaned up. Okay, let's see. Oh, it didn't sound bad. Next one. That one wasn't bad either. Wait, let me hear that again. I feel like it sounded kind of flat. We'll take that. That was kind of interesting. If that's now, I don't know what I'll do.
Ooh,
Sounded nice.
ooh,
And that one can go.
ooh, ooh,
Oh, that can go.
ooh,
That one sounded pretty good.
ooh,
Okay, we'll take that off.
ooh, ooh, ooh,
That didn't sound very good. We'll take it off.
ooh,
That sounded bad. We'll take that off.
ooh, ooh,
I feel like it's getting worse and worse.
ooh,
Take that down. What's this last one?
ooh,
Can we get that again?
ooh.
That one wasn't so bad. And a little variation compared to the other ones. Okay, that dark orange bar has been bothering me this whole time, so I was like, what is going on there? Okay, so cool. We went and finally settled that orange stem and got rid of all those ones that we didn't like. Okay, so back to course two. It is really choppy. I'm gonna need to copy and paste some things and like really arrange it so that it makes sense. So let's get started on that. So I really liked this first blue line here. So I'm gonna copy that and paste it over here, and that's gonna be my main chorus line because I liked it the best. So we're gonna turn everything back on and start arranging these vocals on this last chorus. So let's take a listen and get everything lined up.
Love you, will you make room?
Okay, yeah, so that's late. So let's get it lined up with the beat. Let's cut off the extra and let's try to get it lined up.
I wanna love you, will you make room? I wanna know, wanna know, wanna know, will you make room? I wanna know if you'll make room.
Okay, wow, it's a lot of different things going on. And I'm gonna go back and make sure everything is balanced, but let's just get everything in the right place first. Okay, from the top.
Will you make room? I wanna know, wanna know, wanna know, will you make room? I wanna know if you'll make room. Will you make room? I wanna know, wanna know, wanna know, will you make room?
Oh, see, and that's another one that needs to be um ooh, this is kind of confusing because I recorded different parts on different stems, so now I need to cut and paste and get everything in the right spot. So let me go back.
I wanna know, wanna know, wanna know, will you make room? I wanna know if you'll make room. Will you make room? I wanna know, wanna know, wanna know, will you make room?
Okay, and there's no, so right at this second part of this chorus, there's no melody, and I think it's right here. So I'm gonna copy that and we'll paste it Yeah, we'll paste it just right with this other one. And let me hear what that
Will
sounds
you
like.
make room? I wanna know, wanna know, wanna know. Will you make room?
Hold on. Actually, let's solo these because I need to make sure that they're in line with each other. That sounded kind of weird.
Will you make room?
I think they're not exactly in line. So let's pull it up.
Will you make room? Will you make room?
Sounded a lot better. Let's hear everything.
Will you make room? I wanna know, wanna know. Will you make room?
It is a lot of different things going on in this last chorus. So it sounds a little bit messy, but I'm hoping that once I go and do some panning and volume leveling, um, that it will start to make sense. There was something that I heard, I think it was between this yellow and blue that I think I need to fix. Let me hear that.
I wanna know, wanna know, wanna know. Will you make room? I wanna know if you'll make room. Will you make room? I wanna know, wanna know, wanna know. Will you make room? I wanna know, wanna know. Will you make room?
What is this yellow saying to me right now?
Will you make room?
Um, so these two are saying the same thing.
Will you make room?
I think I like the blue one better for sure. So let's just take off this last yellow line. Um, and then I kind of like this vocal doubling right here. It sounds kind of cool in the song. It sounds kind of cool in the song.
I wanna know, wanna know, wanna know. Will you make room? I wanna know.
Yeah, it sounds kind of cool. And then this last line is kind of like a harmony to these. So I think I want to duplicate it and have it kind of be like have like a melody and a harmony there. So let me see what that sounds like.
I wanna know, wanna know, wanna know. Will you make room?
Sounds kind of cool. I think that I think the harmony is a little bit, I don't know. I feel like I didn't really sing it like super duper on key, but let me get that again.
I wanna know, wanna know, wanna know. Will you make room?
I think it can be okay because I'm gonna quiet these down anyway so that the main words can come through. I think it'll be all right. Um, so let me listen to this last chorus again. I think we got everything figured out, but let me just listen one more time to all of it. Let's save. Let's listen.
Will you make room? I wanna know, wanna know, wanna know. Will you make room? I wanna know if you'll make room. Will you make room? I wanna know, wanna know, wanna know. Will you make room? I wanna know, wanna know, wanna know. Will you make room?
Yeah, sounds a little messy, but all the parts are there. All I gotta do is go and make them sound like they fit with each other. Um, yes, but I think we just got rid of everything we didn't like. And now we only have everything that we like here in the song. And all the parts are split up in the verses and chorus and hook and everything. We have our intro. So yeah, that's good progress. And it's only 9:40. So let's spend these last 20 minutes. I want to organize all of this. So we have all of these parts all over the place. I want to get everything for verse one, kind of like how I have the intro here. The intro is here in its own group. And so if I press this button here, it collapses that whole thing. And now the intro is kind of like condensed right here, which is nice once we start mixing. I don't want to see like a whole bunch of different things. And also, grouping is nice because you can, any effect that I drop on the group folder, I don't know what to call it, like the head of the group, any um, effects or different things, EQ, whatever that I drop here, it'll affect everything in the group instead of having to go through each stem and dropping a whole bunch of effects. So it saves me CPU and just makes things more organized. So I want to do that with everything. The intro is nice and organized, so that's great. I did that before I started these streams. So let's go and do that with verse one, the hook, verse one, hook one, and all of the rest. So first, I'm gonna go and rename some of these. We have verse one, hook one, chorus one, verse two, hook two, chorus two. So I know where everything is supposed to be. Okay, so looking at verse one, I want everything related to verse one over just being next to each other. So I feel like my eyes kind of hurt looking at this. Um, but that's why it's so important to be organized because it's very easy to kind of let everything get lost. All right, so we have some words here for verse one, so that's great. Oh, actually, okay, let's settle this right now because way back we were working on verse one and I was having a hard time choosing between this blue phrase and this purple phrase. So let's listen and see which one I actually want to keep. So let's turn this off, listen to verse one and see how that sounds.
We could fight the no fun for you.
The blue sounds good. Let me hear what purple sounds with everything. They sound damn near identical, but you know what? I feel like I got kind of used to hearing the vocal doubling as we've been working on this song, and I feel like I might just want to do a double there. Let me listen one more time.
We could fight no fun for you.
I kind of like the doubling. I might just leave it, honestly, but what I'll do is kind of come down on the volume for both of them because it gets really loud when they both come in like that. So let's hear that. Still a little bit loud. We'll come down on the volume a little bit. Anyway, I'm gonna figure out how that's gonna sound once we really get into some mixing. But for now, let's just get this organized first. Okay, so that's verse one material. Let's see, we have this blue line. So we have this little piece of blue that exists in the first verse, but then on the same line, we have another piece of pink that exists on the end. So I'm going to duplicate this whole stem. So now we have two exact copies. I'm going to take away this second blue, and I'll take away this other pink. So now this ending chorus part exists on its own, and this part exists on its own stem. So now I can move this and group it with the rest of the verse 2 stuff, and this can stay with chorus 2 stuff. And so that's kind of what I'm going to be doing throughout organizing this, is just if there's lines like this brown line that exists in more than one section, then I'm going to duplicate it and split them up so that I can organize it. I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain, but you see what I'm doing. All right, so back to verse 1. Let's see. We have this one section of pink and then all of these other sections of pink in other areas. So I'm going to duplicate that, and then here I'm going to delete all of these. And now we have just this piece of first verse pink stuff over here. And now we can drag it up, or verse 1. And now we can drag it up, and it can live with the rest of the verse 1 stuff. We can delete this duplicate. And we're just doing that throughout this whole song. So it happens again with this blue. We'll duplicate it. We'll get rid of all of this stuff on the second one so that only verse 1 stuff exists on this line. We'll get rid of this extra stuff, and then we'll move this verse 1 content up. Okay. And I'm trying not to move too quick with this because I don't want to accidentally delete too much, and then now I'm missing stuff all of a sudden. Okay, so now we'll duplicate this, and everything, we'll do it on this line. Everything outside of verse 1 gets deleted. All right, and then this just looks like a little extra. Everything outside verse 1 gets deleted, and then these two inside of verse 1, this duplicate could go. And we'll take this out, and we'll put it with the rest of the verse 1 material. Actually, I think I'm not going to put it with verse 1 just because, well, these are all ad-libs. So I feel like I want to keep all the ad-libs together just because that makes more sense when it's actually time to start mixing and mastering. So let's just actually just go backwards on all that stuff. All the ad-libs, all of this orange stuff down here, like the chanting that I'm doing and the little things, those will all be in their own group so that I can drop effects on them very easily. Okay, so with that said, I think I got all of the main verse 1 words here on this track. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is, before I save, I'm going to just listen through the whole thing just to make sure I didn't delete anything important. So let's just listen real quick from the top all the way through.
We in the hole with Kurt Lab.
could fight, but I didn't. No fun for you. Could do silent treatments, but I don't wanna keep no secrets from you, my darling. All I want to do is lay my head upon you, and we could work it out. Make more space for me and you. So will you make room? Will you make room? Will you make room? I wanna know if you make room. Will you make room? So will you make me work it out? Make it smooth and make more space for me and you. You know what I wanna do. Is I make more space for just us two. So will you make room? I wanna know if you'll make room for me. Will you make room? I wanna know if you'll make room for me. Will you make room? I wanna know, wanna know, wanna know. Will you make room? I wanna know if you'll make room. Will you make room? I wanna know, wanna know, wanna know. Will you make room? I wanna know, wanna know, wanna know. Will you make room?
Okay, great. Nothing's missing. I want to make sure I don't delete anything important. Okay, cool. So, yeah, and then I noticed that I was right. This stuff down here on line 19, this is harmony for verse 1, I believe. Let me hear it.
Silent treatments, but I don't want it from you.
Yeah. So I want that stuff with the first verse stuff. So we'll duplicate that. We will let me get in here. We'll duplicate that line. We will delete everything outside of verse 1 that exists on that line. And then we will move this up to verse 2. I mean, verse 1 information. Okay, so cool. I basically took all of the words from verse 1 and I kind of brought them all next to each other, I think. I don't think there's anything else. And this is now a duplicate, so we can get rid of those. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all of these lines that have verse 1 info, and I'm going to group them. So I'll say group tracks, and then I can rename it and say verse 1 vocals. And so now if I collapse this, everything in verse 1 is going to condense. But see, I already see I messed up because this top line has hella stuff that's outside of verse 1. So actually let me undo all of that and let's do the same thing for this top line. I didn't know why I didn't catch that. So everything in verse 1 gets to stay, everything outside of verse 1 goes on this duplicated line. I kept a lot of vocals from this light blue one. That was a good take. So we'll delete all those and we will, and everything in verse 1 on the top line goes, and then we'll move this just out, we'll move it down. Okay, and then same for this purple, not a lot of info there, but let's duplicate that. We will get rid of these extras, we'll get rid of that, and this can move down here. Okay, so now I think if I look at the whole project and we're just looking at, we're just looking at verse 1 here. Oh God, don't move that. We're just looking at verse 1. Here's all our verse 1 content, nothing else outside of there. Well, we have ad libs here, but we'll sort those out later. So if I now take all that stuff from group 1 or from verse 1 and I group them, now I can rename it verse 1 vocal. Yeah. All right. And now if I condense it, everything involved in group 1 kind of gets condensed in these little things, just like in the intro. And so, and it's also helpful because now I can go and solo group 1 or solo verse 1 group and just hear only verse 1 vocals. So now when we get to verse 1, we can drop compression, we can drop different things, and it's going to affect everything within that group. And I kind of just want to experiment to make sure that I did it right. So I'm gonna solo group verse 1 and I'm gonna solo the beat and just listen to make sure that everything sounds right.
We could fight, but that's no fun for you. Could do silent treatments, but I don't wanna keep no secrets from you, my darling.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think I did it right. Now let me unsolo that and see if there's anything in verse 1 that I'm missing. I feel like something was missing.
We could fight, but that's
Yeah, I knew something was missing. So there's this harmony right here that I didn't catch. So I think I'm not gonna duplicate this whole thing. I'm just gonna insert an audio track and I'm just gonna like separate this from the rest of it and just drag it down. There we go. And now it's on its own line by itself. And now I can take it up and put it with the rest of the group 2, the rest of the verse 1 stuff. Yeah, so this is kind of tedious, especially for someone like me who kind of like records in this way. I feel like you end up having a lot of different vocals all over the place, and it just, and now you have to do all this to get everything organized. So, oh well, my bad. Ooh, there's my alarm. Okay, so I'm gonna keep going just with organizing all of this. Kind of boring because there's not a lot of music to listen to during this part, but I just really want to get everything organized so that next time we come here, we can just really start going with mixing and mastering. or with mixing all of the stuff. So cool, we have verse 1 organized. Now let's get the hook organized in the same way. So looking at the hook 1, this purple line 14 only has this little part here, so we don't have to do anything. This light blue has a couple lines in hook 1 and the rest of them are outside of it. So we will duplicate that, and on the second line we will get rid of everything outside of hook 1, and we'll get rid of these duplicates on the top line. And we'll take this, well, actually we'll take this and we'll drag it up. And let's drag this up too. We're going to do the same thing. And let's just keep going. So this brown has some content outside of hook 1, so we're going to duplicate that. Let's do the bottom line. So I'll just go here, I'll separate it right at chorus 1. We will get rid, hey, let me not go too fast. We'll get rid of this, and we'll get rid of, oh, just kidding. We'll get rid of this, and we'll get rid of this. All right, so now we have everything hook 1 on its own bar, and everything outside of it on a second bar. And is there anything else? Okay, so here's some more stuff from hook 1. So let's duplicate that. We'll duplicate that, and we will get rid of everything outside of hook 1. We will get rid of this duplicate, and we'll pull this up with the rest of the hook 1 material. I don't know, let's put it there for now. Yeah, why not? And then I think this is harmony down here. Let me listen though.
They may hate,
I think it's harmonies.
make more space.
Yeah, so we'll duplicate that. That's some hook 1 stuff. It bleeds a little bit into chorus 1, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be like super perfect. And I don't want to lose any tails at the end of any vocals. So anyway, what the fuck was I doing? Yeah, so we'll keep those 2. So let's delete these duplicates. And delete these. Okay, and then we can drag it up with the rest of the hook 1 material. Hook 1, hook 1. There we go. And we'll leave the ad-libs alone. That's gonna have their own. So now we have verse 1 figured out. Let's listen to the hook. And actually, let's group them. Group all of the hook 1 material. Group tracks. And we'll rename it hook 1. And let's listen to make sure, we'll solo it so we can play with the beat, and we'll listen to see, to make sure everything is there and that it makes sense and that I didn't fuck it up. Let's see.
All I want to do is lay my head upon you, and we could work it out, be smooth, and make more space for me and you.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah, that was good. So hook one is done. All right. So chorus one, let's get all the chorus one materials together. Okay, so looking at this top brown line, there's only this one line here and it's in chorus one, so we don't have to do anything. This blue has stuff outside of chorus one, so we'll duplicate that and we will delete everything outside of chorus one. Okay, so first we'll delete all of this stuff outside of chorus one, and then on the top line we'll delete this duplicate and we'll move this section out of the way. Okay, and then this dark blue line, same thing. Let's duplicate it. Everything outside of chorus one gets to go. And we'll bring that up. All right. Same with the pink. Let's duplicate that. These can go. These duplicates can go. That can move up with the chorus one. Oops, wrong one. And that can move up with the chorus one. And boom. Same with the yellow. We'll duplicate it. Get rid of all this stuff on the outside. Get rid of this. Move it up. And this is one of the more tedious parts about just working in Ableton and getting everything together. Is there's one thing I learned from my music class: is you must stay organized because it will be so hard to then go back and add effects and everything when everything's all over the place. So make your groups. Your groups are very important, especially when you're doing like live recordings. Well, I guess really any kind of recording, honestly. You want to keep everything together. Okay. And what's this on line 35? I think it's harmony. I'm not sure if it's harmony or ad lib. So let me listen.
Ooh.
Yeah, this is harmony, I believe. So we want that. We want that in the chorus information. So we will delete this. We'll delete this. Actually, just kidding, because there's also ad libs here. So I think I'm gonna insert a blank audio track and I'm just gonna drag this stuff down into its own audio track. Because there's ad libs and stuff there. I don't want to deal with all of that. So let's just give it its own track and we can move it up to chorus one stuff. Okay. And I think this is a harmony too, this one little piece here. Let me listen.
Will you make room?
Yeah, it's a harmony there. So we can do the same thing. Insert an audio track and just drag that down. Now it's on its own track and we can move it up with chorus one information. Move it up, up, up. Okay, so now if I didn't mess it up, everything in chorus one should be all next to each other. All of these lines here, all of these little chunks are all chorus one stuff. And I think it's good because I'm looking right in between those lines and I'm not seeing any other sounds besides these three. So hold on, let me listen and see if I even want this spilling into the chorus because I feel like that doesn't make sense to me. Let's take a listen.
I'll make more space for me and you. So
Oh yeah. Okay, I need those there. So those will stay. That's gonna be ad libs, it's fine. They're gonna spill over into all of the sections, but they're gonna be grouped on their own, so that's fine. Okay, cool. So chorus one, I think we've got everything together. So we're gonna group everything for chorus one. Group tracks, rename, chorus one. All right, cool. And then you can see we can consolidate it, and then everything in chorus one just exists right in that section there. So let's test it like we did the other two sections and see that we did it correctly before I save. All right, so it should be silent and silent outside of chorus one. Let's see if that's true. No words.
So will you make room? Will you make room? Will you make room? I wanna know if you make room. Will you make room?
Good. All right. So we got the chorus nice and organized. Chorus one. Okay, 3 more sections to organize. Yeah, and I do notice that it's just like in the song, there's a section of some of the sections just spill over into each other, which is fine. We're just getting a general grouping specifically for putting down different effects and different things so that everything that I want to happen on the chorus one happens in chorus one. So it doesn't have to be perfect, but you know, you kind of have to play it by ear. Anyway, let's continue. So now we're at verse 2. And we're doing the same thing. So everything outside of verse 2 is going to get deleted. But you can see here that I have this line that goes from verse 2 to hook 2. So let me just hear that and see what I want to do.
Just us two, and so will you make.
Okay, so it is kind of one line, but there is kind of a separation there. So I think I'm going to actually just separate it. And it should still sound seamless when we play everything together. Anyway, so let's take off everything outside of verse 2. And on the top line, we'll get rid of the duplicates. And now we're just left with verse 2 on its own line. Okay, and we'll do the same for all the other bars. So here, let's just go ahead and insert a blank audio track. And we'll drag this guy down because it's just that one little section there. So it's just easier. We'll take this one up. And then same here, we'll duplicate this. Get rid of that, get rid of this. Now we just have this on verse 2. We'll take that up with the rest of the verse 2 stuff. And then I think that's it. If I didn't screw up, we have a lot of ad libs down here, but I didn't see anything else. This doesn't seem right. Let me take a listen. I think I might have messed up.
So will you make me work out? Make it smooth and make more space for me. You know what I want and I do. Is I make more space for just us two.
Okay, no, I did it right. So there's just this one section here that is actually more like verse 2 information than it is ad lib. So I'm just gonna go there and take it out. Just extract it from there, and we're going to move it up to verse 2. And luckily, once we do this, nothing's set in stone. So if I forget something or, something gets left behind, I can always just squeeze it into a group anyway. But I think the rest of this down here is ad lib. And I think I have all the verse 2 stuff. There wasn't much because I was able to just record it in a few takes. So let's choose all of those. We'll group, and we'll call this group, obviously, I need to hurry up. Call this verse 2. And let's test it out before I save. So we'll solo verse 2, we'll solo the beat, and let's just make sure everything makes sense.
So will you make me work it out, make it smooth, and make more space for me and you? You know what I want and I do. With you is I make more space for two, just us two.
Cool. It kind of almost sounds kind of good without the ad libs. I don't know. I kind of like that simple sound. Let's save that. Anyway, we're gonna figure it out. All right, 2 more sections to organize. Let's do it real quick because I need to get the fuck off of this. Okay. So same thing. We're just going through. It should be the last time that we have to do this because once we have hook 2 and chorus 2 separated, that should be it. So let's run this real quick. So everything, no, oops. So everything outside of hook 2 gets off. Everything inside on the second line comes off. And there's hook 2. Nothing else here. We'll duplicate this. So get rid of this, bring it up. Let's duplicate that. We'll get rid of 1, 2, 3. Move that up. And how do I? Yeah, so this line here kind of spans over both. And I'm wondering if I want to, because it is one line truly, so I don't think, I feel like I don't want to split it up. Because whatever effects I throw on it, I want it to be on the whole line and not just a section of it. So let's get rid of this, we'll get rid of this, and we'll move this up with hook 2. And hopefully I'll remember what I did so that I don't go and actually accidentally delete it. Okay. And we have this one little line here that's in hook 2. I don't think there's anything else there. And then I think there's some harmony down here. Let me hear it. I don't know if this is necessary though. Oh, this is still the hook. My bad. I thought it was the chorus. So that stays for sure. Shit. I think that's it. Oh well, actually, So everything in hook 2 needs to be in a group. Let's drag this up. That can go. And let's separate this. Let's put in an audio track and let's drag this down. And then let's group it with the rest of the hook 2 stuff. Hook 2, hook 2, hook 2. We'll just put that there. Okay. So now looking at the hook 2 section, I think I did everything right. There's nothing else here, or there's nothing exists outside of hook 2 besides these vocals. So let's group these. Group tracks, and we'll rename it hook 2. I'm just realizing that I have 2 separate hooks, but I feel like I'm probably gonna my TikTok just turned off. Your live ended. Please end my error. Oh gosh. Live discontinued. Okay, well, anyway, let's go ahead and finish this up. All right, everything in hook 2 is now together, so let's take a listen, just like we tested the other sections, and make sure that everything sounds correct.
So will you make room? I wanna know if you'll make room for me. Will you make room? I wanna know if you'll make room for me.
Nice.
Wanna know.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that was cool. And what's this up here? This is so far out. Okay, cool. And then last one is just grouping the last chorus. So let's make sure everything is together. Put that here. Hook 2 is together, and now let's just go through and select all of this ending chorus stuff. And let's group. And we'll say chorus 2. Now that's consolidated. Verse 2 is consolidated. Okay, cool. And there it is. So let's go ahead and listen just real quick, have a quick listen through just to make sure that I didn't screw anything up deleting stuff. So just gonna run through the sections real quick.
We could fight, but it's no fun for you. Could do silent treatments, but I don't wanna keep no secrets from you, my darling. What to do is lay my head upon you, and we could work it out, and make more space.
Yeah, there it is. Okay. Uh, yeah, cool. Everything's organized. I went in, grouped the ad libs. And I think when we get back here, yeah, we'll really start in on some mixing and balancing, and now we can kind of go section by section in a more organized way. So, yay, that's some good progress. Gonna stop there. It's 10:30, so not bad progress for an hour and a half. Alrighty, well, that's about it. And let's play you guys out with some music.